Hello, people of the interwebs. Today we're gonna make some delicious lamb sliders. I'm Chef Cash White, and I'm here today because God delivered me from my circumstances and put me in a place where I can share my love of food with you. Today we're gonna be making some delicious lamb sliders. A list of the ingredients are gonna be down below in the description. Y'all ready? Let's get cooking. So we're gonna start this recipe with making a sauce. We're gonna make a twist on a traditional tzatziki sauce. We're gonna start with a little bit of Greek yogurt here. Got about a cup and a half, okay? I'm gonna take a cucumber, about half of one. I'm gonna peel that bad boy. So we've got our cucumber peeled. We're just gonna use a regular old box cheese grater. We're gonna grate this guy into our yogurt. So we used about a quarter of the cucumber. Mix that in. I'm gonna add the zest of one lemon. Give it that nice, fresh, citrusy scent that you get when you get into a tzatziki sauce. It's gonna go great with our lamb patties. And we're gonna get a little bit of lemon juice. So after you zest that lemon, just cut the bad boy in half like that. Squeeze it through your fingers, keep the seeds out. Juice about half of the lemon. Now we're gonna add a pinch kosher salt, some fresh cracked black pepper, a little pinch of granulated garlic. Mix that up all nice and good. One last thing we're gonna add, a little twist that I added to thicken it up, just a little mayonnaise. It'll give it a little bit more firmness to stick to the bun. Last thing we're gonna do with the sauce, a little bit of fresh dill. Just chop it up. There's nothing like fresh dill. Do not substitute dry dill for it or dill weed with it. It just doesn't have the same flavor. This fresh dill really adds the oils in, makes it delicious. Mix that bad boy up just like that. That's the sauce. Next part of this is gonna be, we're gonna make the patties. So we're gonna start with some ground lamb. I like to get 85-15. Lamb has a tendency to be a bit lean. So you want it a little bit on the fatty side because it's a thinner fat. It's gonna cook off faster. I'm gonna season it, a little salt, fresh cracked black pepper, granulated garlic. Get those seasonings all the way through it. The secret to making a great patty is not handling the meat too much. You don't want the heat from your hands to get rid of the delicious fat. That's where the flavor is. So give it a quick mix, get it all the way through, and get your hands out of it. So whenever I'm making sliders, I like to use a little scoop. It kind of keeps the portions even. So I've lined my cutting board with a little bit of wax paper, and I'm just gonna plop these right on there. Just pressed up against the side, plop it down. They don't have to be perfect. You don't need to make little balls or anything like that. I want them be about 2 ounces each. Now that we have these guys all spread out like this, we're gonna make little patties. Now, once again, you don't wanna have your hand in contact too much, so do it as quickly as possible. Just spread them out and pat them flat. Turn them around a little bit in your hand like that each time. Press them together, you got little patties. We're gonna have our tomatoes. We're gonna have them already cut up, so I'm just gonna take a Roma tomato and do thin slices, just like this. You know, we don't necessarily do enough cutting tomatoes on this show. I sure am happy to help you guys if you want me to do more. Leave those in the comments below. I'm happy to cut as many tomatoes as you want me to. All right, what I have here is a little fresh arugula. This arugula is gonna go on there with the tomato, and it's gonna make a nice peppery freshness on top of that lamb. And then we're also gonna have some white cheddar. All right, we have some nice, beautiful white cheddar. It's gonna be melted on top of there. So as we make these sandwiches, it's gonna be set up just like this. Let's bring this over and let's get our meat cooking. All right, so we're going to cook our meat and brown our buns. Since this is a lean meat, we're gonna add just a touch of oil. All right, for the buns, I use nice little slider buns. I bought them at the grocery store. I like the wheat ones. They just seem to have a little bit more firmness to them. We have oil in the one that we're gonna cook the sliders in. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in the one we're gonna cook the buns in. All right, now I got this going. I'm gonna start browning some buns. Get the wheat buns, open them up, and put them in the butter. Get a little butter and move them over to the side. This is nice and hot now. Let's go ahead and put some lamb sliders in there. Be careful because it might pop when you first put them in. I like to move them around just when I put them down to make sure they don't stick. Equally space them throughout so you don't end up crowding your pan about what we can fit on there. We'll let those bad boys cook. Okay, I'm getting ready to flip these over. Whenever I flip them, I'm gonna cover the whole pan with foil because I'm gonna place the cheese on top. And that cheese is gonna melt, it's gonna steam on top, and it's really gonna cook those things through and melt that cheese on top. And I just said that, cheese on top, like 4 times. All right, so your buns, you want your buns to look like this, okay? Once you get them about like that, you can turn them off. If some of them aren't necessarily done while this one's done, this was in the middle. Rotate them around. All right, here we go with the flip. If you look right here on this guy, you can see the caramelization on top. It's almost crunchy. That's what you want. You want that little bit of crunch on the outside. All right, now I'm gonna put a little piece of cheese on each one of these bad boys. Move them over and I'm gonna cover them. The buns are coming out nice and beautiful. See the little crust on the outside of those, like that? Awesome. Keep the heads on one side and the tails on the other. You don't want to get them mixed up. Look at those. Those are beautiful. I got a little plate. I'm going to drain these off just a little bit so they don't make the buns soggy. That's just not cool. It's just not fair how delicious these things look. Let's go back over to this side and plate them up. All right, so get a bun. You're going to take a little piece of meat. Place it right there in the middle. Top that bad boy with a tomato. You take your top bun, put a little bit of our sauce on there. You want enough so they can taste it. And you take a little bit of fresh arugula. Place it on top. What do you guys think of that? It's our beautiful lamb sliders, guys. White cheddar dill sauce. If you have any questions about this recipe, comments, suggestions, leave them down below in the comments section. Don't forget to click subscribe. And remember, the most important thing, keep the faith, enjoy the food. God bless you guys. Love you. Hello, turn me back over. This is a great holiday recipe, maybe for St. Patty's Day, but we are gonna have some cheese on it. Now the easy part, we're just gonna brown our buns.